woman to woman. It's time to confess. Chapter 3. Grace. 2 years ago. Please, God, let it be positive. Slipping the cap back on the test, I place it face down on the edge of the bath. 3 minutes to go. I've lost count of the number of tests I've peed on over the years. Clear blue, first response, those crappy dipstick ones from Superdrug. 2 lines for the jackpot. X marks the spot. It all amounts to the same thing when neither appears, namely that my reproductive system is about as useful as a hand-knitted condom. Flushing the toilet, I fasten my jeans and tighten my belt to the last notch. I've lost more weight in the last 6 months than I care to think about. Turning sideways, I inspect myself in the bathroom mirror, wincing at the emaciated, ghost-white figure I've become. Legs like twigs, jutted out hips and sharp shoulders. Of course, there was a time I'd have considered such a figure desirable, rebuffing suggestions that I was anorexic, as jealousy gift-wrapped in concern. I'm afraid one of the long-term effects of an eating disorder is often infertility. The gynecologist's words had been fired at me like bullets. Only then did I realise I was actually sick, mentally as well as physically. For years I'd starved my body, and now it was wreaking its revenge. I fought to make it right, eating well and giving myself over to counselling. Justin, my partner of 10 years, was just as desperate to start a family as I was, which was a blessing at first, though over the years his heartache only added to my guilt. There's nothing quite like guilt to quash your appetite. I glance at the downturned test, hope fluttering in my heart despite knowing the chances are slim. My period's late, 3 weeks and 4 days, though I only plucked up the courage to buy a test this morning. Just do this one thing for me, God, and I promise I'll never ask for anything again as long as I live. As a child, my younger brother Andrew and I attended a Pentecostal church with our mother, a born-again Christian who was the mixed-race daughter of a black South African pastor. My heart still swells with joy when I think back to that time. Mum, Andrew and I singing our hearts out on a Sunday morning, my arms raised high and my heart thumping in time to a 20-strong worship band. But I've long since given up on church. Andrew's death at the hands of a hit-and-run driver saw to that. 13 years young, his life snuffed out in a heartbeat. I was 16, on the cusp of adulthood, but, like most 16-year-olds, blissfully ignorant to the horrors life can afflict. Andrew's death robbed me not only of my brother, but of my innocence, faith, the belief that the world is a good place. When Mum also died a few years later, I didn't so much disbelieve in God as despise him. Yet, like many a disgruntled believer, I still cling to God when I'm drowning in despair. I track the seconds hand on my watch until it reaches 12. 2 minutes to go. A knock on the bathroom door sends my pulse racing. You want me to open the red or the white? Is fish so white, yeah? Justin has no idea my period's even late, let alone that I'm taking a pregnancy test. There was a time he would have at the beginning, but not now. Now I'm not even sure he'd notice if I were 3 weeks late home from work. Whatever you think. You all right? Yeah, just on the loo. Should I stick some prawns in too, or just stick with the cod? Nausea claws at my throat at the thought of fleshy raw fish. For God's sake, leave me alone. I swallow down the irritation. Just cod. Cheesy mash or normal? I lean forward against the sink, hands splayed like starfish, and take a slow breath. Just give me a minute, all right?